I had often heard about Ebola syndrome, and I was really kind of curious about it. Now, this 4K from Vinegar Syndrome really delivers as always. It becomes almost a moot point to say about this, but their transfers are absolutely amazing. This movie was instantly one that had my full attention as soon as it started. I could not believe what I was seeing, and I only could hope that the movie would live up to it. And it did, even surpassing that opening sequence. We jump into 1986 Hong Kong, where we have Kai, whom is having an affair of sorts, and we see this wife kind of kick her kid out to the street, just going, give us 10 minutes, and then we get a ludicrously hilarious sex sequence at the start until the husband comes home and violence bursts out into the place. Turns out that Kai, in a fit of rage, ends up killing both the husband and wife and having to flee the country, going to South Africa, where he's taken up a job there. And as we hear many times throughout the movie, he's always getting his balls busted.
你老婆真係成日恰鳩我啊！好啦，恰我啲黃種人啊，咪撚買啊！做咩啊？仆街恰鳩我，屌鳩你恰鳩我！走啦！
And eventually, being the most horrible and just horrible character I think I've ever seen on film, he, while there, does all manners of disgusting yet funny to watch things throughout the movie.
你老味死白鬼，你個屎忽啊！整啲正嘢你嘆下啦，飲咗你爽啊
！Ultimately ending up raping someone who happened to has Ebola, and he becomes a super spreader, someone who the disease doesn't fully kill, but he is able to spread it on his rampage, and rampage he does throughout the movie, whether it be cannibalistically murdering people and turning them into burgers, rape, spitting on people, coughing in their faces, basically just spreading Ebola wherever he goes.
你個口好臭啊！要嘴咧入廁所嘴個屎坑啦！
And it is over the top, it is bloody, it is disgusting, and it is downright hilarious. Very early on, the first scene in fact, I kind of caught on to the fact that this is a black comedy. It's very funny, it's within the language, within the performances, within some of the sequences that make it really kind of in your face that it is a laugh out loud, gross out comedy of sorts. You know, you see Kai particularly at the start saying one of my favourite lines in the movie.
你做咩啊？殺人啊！咩啊？
There you have it. I think that's hilarious, and that kind of gave me an in straight away. There's sequences later on where there's lots of playfulness within the direction, whether we see Kai coughing or spluttering or going to taste things or putting his saliva near someone else or blood that could possibly infect them. It's very playful in the way it does that.
女女啊，條裙靚唔靚啊？媽咪着好唔好睇啊？媽咪着會好靚，你唔好氹媽咪喎。喂，點啊你？見到你要唔要啊？
It gets to a rousing finale where he is spitting or sucking blood out of his arm and spraying it in people's faces, screaming, "You've got Ebola," which is just over the top, utterly ridiculous, but at the same time so over the top and so ridiculous that it was actually funny. There are lots of kind of secondary characters in here. None of them last too long, as you'll find with many people come into contact with Kai, but I feel that the direction here is really kind of fun and very playful. Lots of Dutch angles, lots of funny choices of where to place the camera, lots of inside body parts, particularly Kai's mouth, or close-ups, disgusting close-ups of him as he's about to kiss someone or as he's having sex and spreading this Ebola virus. This was absolutely jaw-droppingly wonderful from the opening scene till the end, I was captivated with the ridiculousness, the energy within the movie and the filmmaking itself, the fantastic use of gore and effects which are all practical, which just look wonderful. There's a wonderful autopsy scene at one point where they're literally peeling the face off someone, which is terrific. You get to see Kai just brutally attacking people and murdering them, and it never at any point does it feel real. You know, it doesn't feel as if it's like true horror. It feels kind of glamorized and over the top and extra bloody, just to give it that sense of oomph, the shock value that it's going after. It's a horribly despicable character that we're following here, who seems to have no soul. Doesn't seem to have any kind of empathy for anyone else other than just how he can possibly survive. It's a despicable character. It's a hilarious character to watch. This was a real treat of a movie. I am already been recommending people watch Ebola Syndrome. I think it's wonderful. I think it's one of the best things that Vinegar Syndrome have released. This wonderful 4K edition, which has a Blu-ray in it as well and is region free if you're thinking of getting it, is an absolute must for a pickup. I think maybe in the 90s it was for shock value, but for now I definitely see the comedic leanings within the movie. I definitely see that poking fun, just because we're following this horrible character. I love the police detective that comes in the final third to kind of track him down and gives him a protagonist almost against this antagonist character.
呢個病毒嘅來源呢，就嚟自一間中國餐館精心特製嘅漢堡包裏邊。唔係啊嘛，中國餐館啲漢堡包。
But it's the sheer over-the-top lunacy that this movie offers that had me smiling from ear to ear, enjoying everything I was seeing. Ebola Syndrome was an utter joy to watch. Can't believe I'm saying that. I'd heard so much about the shock value of this, but was pleasantly surprised to discover a rather black comedy of a movie. I would love to know what you think of Ebola Syndrome. Please let me know. Favourite scene, favourite moment, what you hated about it, whatever. I'd love to know in the comment box below. As always, there's more content up here that you can check out of mine if you're interested in seeing it. And if you think I deserve it, hit the like button, subscribe, share if you haven't already done so. And if you're feeling extra supportive, you could join the membership programme or the Patreon programme, which would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.